Welcome to Dive Zone, your space to go deeper into English, one episode at a time. If you're enjoying the journey, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a deep dive into language learning.
Show up for yourself. That's where it starts. Not for anyone else. Not for the applause or the approval or the recognition. Just for you.
Before we begin, just a quick reminder. You can download the free PDF that goes with this episode. It includes all the phrasal verbs, natural English expressions, writing practice, and examples from today's conversation. And like always, we'll explain everything in the final section to help you improve both your English and your mindset.
You know what's been on my mind lately? I saw someone say they were scared to create a social media account. Not because they didn't want to, but because they were afraid of what people would think.
That's way more common than people admit. That fear of judgment, it stops people from starting.
It's wild. I mean, we live in a world where you can literally express yourself anytime, anywhere. But the thing that holds us back is people who might not even know us.
And even crazier, most of those people won't remember you a week later. They're too caught up in their own lives. But the regret you'll carry? That stays.
That's what hit me. I was thinking, nothing will ever feel perfectly safe. You'll never feel completely ready. But life doesn't wait. It moves on, with or without you.
Exactly. There's this lie we tell ourselves. I'll start when I feel ready. But ready never comes. You either start now or you keep putting it off until you run out of time.
I saw this quote online. It stuck with me. When the world is quiet, the only thing worse than failing is realizing you never even tried.
That one gets me every time. It's true. Silence has a way of reminding us of everything we left undone.
And I think that's my biggest fear. Regret. Not the falling down. Not the rejection. But looking back and seeing all the things I never even gave myself a chance to do.
That fear? It's real. And what makes it worse is that most of the time we don't regret the things that didn't work out. We regret the things we never gave ourselves permission to try.
That word, permission. Why do we feel like we need someone else's blessing to chase the things we want?
Probably because we were raised to seek approval. Good grades, good manners, doing the right thing. But dreams? Passions? They don't follow rules. They need bravery, not permission.
You're right. And you know, I've started to realize you can live life however you want. You can chase the things that excite you. You can laugh out loud, wear the weird outfit, try the thing. But the one thing that you should never waste your energy on is the opinions of people who don't matter.
Yes. That's the energy leak. We give our power away to people who aren't living our lives. They're not paying our bills. They're not carrying our regrets. But we still care what they think.
It's exhausting. And the people who judge you, they're not even thinking about you that deeply. Their opinions don't deserve that much power.
We keep trying to perform for people who were never meant to understand us in the first place.
That hit me hard.
It's the truth. Some people will never get you. And that's okay. They weren't supposed to. You're not here to fit into every room. You're here to find the one where you belong.
That's where show up for yourself comes in, right? Not waiting for applause, not waiting for someone to validate your choices. Just doing it anyway.
Showing up for yourself means taking the risk, even if your voice shakes. It means standing alone if you have to. It means betting on yourself when no one else does.
It's a mindset. You stop looking outward and start looking inward.
And even on your worst days, when no one else notices, you notice. You say to yourself, I did something hard today. I chose myself.
I feel like the world makes more sense when you stop performing, when you start living.
That's when you find peace. Not in approval, but in alignment. When your life starts to feel like it's truly yours.
And you know what's crazy? Once you stop caring about what others think, you actually start to live. It's like everything becomes lighter.
Because you're no longer dragging other people's expectations behind you. You're just moving.
You don't need permission. You never did. You don't need a green light to be bold. You can just go.
And if you fail?
Then you tried. That alone is powerful.
You owe yourself that chance. That's what showing up really means. It's not about always being confident. It's about being courageous.
Even if you're scared.
Especially if you're scared.
I was thinking, why is it that when we imagine success, we picture applause? Like standing on a stage and everyone cheering?
Because we think validation is proof. We believe that if people approve of us, it means we did something right.
But sometimes you do the right thing for you, and no one claps.
And sometimes the right thing looks wrong to everyone else. But you do it anyway. That's the quiet kind of strength.
That's hard, though, because sometimes it really does feel like you're walking alone.
You are. At first. But then you start to realize that walking alone isn't lonely when it's the right path. It's peaceful. It's empowering.
Kat, I think I always feared being misunderstood. Like if people don't get it, then maybe I'm doing it wrong.
Or maybe you're just doing something they've never seen before. Innovation often looks weird at first. Courage often looks reckless.
That's deep. So when you said earlier that we perform for people who were never meant to understand us, that hit.
Because we all do it. We adjust ourselves to be liked. We shrink to be palatable. We hold back just enough so we don't rock the boat.
But the cost?
Your authenticity, your joy, your life.
And at the end of it all, those same people we tried so hard to impress, they don't even matter.
They won't be the ones lying awake at 3 a.m. wondering what could have been. That's your life, your responsibility.
I've also learned that the more I ignore other people's opinions, the more clearly I can hear my own voice.
Yes, that voice matters. That inner whisper, that's your intuition. And it gets louder the more you listen.
What if someone's listening right now and they feel stuck, afraid to move because of what their friends or family might say?
I'd say this. You can love people and still disagree with them. You can respect them and still choose differently. Your path is not their path.
That's hard, though. When family disapproves, it feels like rejection.
I know. But sometimes love looks like control. And sometimes breaking free is the only way to truly become who you are. You're not dishonoring anyone by living fully.
I feel like there's this guilt that comes with choosing yourself. Like, who am I to want more?
You are the only one who can want more for yourself. That's not selfish. That's self-respect.
So showing up for yourself can look like saying no?
Yes. Saying no to what drains you. Saying yes to what excites you. Walking away from things that no longer fit.
Even if people don't understand?
Especially then. Because if you only do what's understood, you'll only ever live a small version of your life.
What about failure, though? That's the scary part.
Failure isn't the enemy. Inaction is. You can survive failure. You can learn from it. But regret? That one's hard to shake.
I've noticed that every time I took a chance, even if it didn't work out, I felt stronger. Like I proved something to myself.
Exactly. You're building evidence. Every risk, every step, every small act of courage. It's all data. Proof that you're capable.
It's like a muscle.
Confidence grows when you show up consistently. Not perfectly, but consistently. You start to trust yourself more.
You start to believe, I can do hard things.
Yes. And you start to feel free. Because now you're not living for likes, for comments, for applause. You're living for meaning.
That changes everything.
It does. Because when you stop outsourcing your worth, you reclaim your power.
You stop needing permission.
And you start giving it to yourself.
That's what we want for everyone listening right now.
To stop waiting, to start trying, to show up messy, imperfect, unsure, but to show up anyway.
Now let's go through some of the important English expressions and phrasal verbs we use today. As always, these are all in the free PDF, so download it to review and practice.
Here are the phrasal verbs and expressions we used in this episode. Tar, show up, to take action or be present. Example, she showed up for herself by taking the first step. 2. Give yourself permission to allow yourself to do something without waiting for approval. Example, He gave himself permission to change directions and start over. Move on, to continue with life even when things are difficult or unclear. Example, she moved on even though she still felt afraid. 4. Hold back, to stop yourself from doing or saying something. Example, he held back because he didn't want to be judged. Let go, to stop holding on to something emotionally or mentally. Example, she let go of needing approval from everyone. 6. Bet on yourself, to believe in your own ability and take a risk. Example, he bet on himself and followed his dream. 7. Shrink to fit, to make yourself smaller to be accepted or liked. Example, she always shrank to fit into environments that didn't support her. 8. Rock the boat, to challenge something or cause change in a situation. Example, he didn't speak up because he didn't want to rock the boat. Walk alone, to follow your path without needing company or validation. Example, she walked alone until she found people who understood her. 10. Take up space, to live boldly and confidently, without apologizing for who you are. Example, he finally took up space and shared his truth. 11. Give your power away, to let others decide how you feel or what you do. Example, she gave her power away by focusing on other people's opinions. 12. Live boldly, to live with confidence and courage. Example, he decided to live boldly and start the business he always wanted.
Now let's go over some important expressions we also used naturally during the conversation.
Carry regrets, to live with sadness or guilt for what you didn't do. Example, he carried regrets about not speaking up when it mattered.
Be in alignment, when your values and actions match. Example, she felt in alignment when she stopped pretending and started being real.
Outsource your worth, to let others decide how valuable you are. Example, she used to outsource her worth to strangers on the internet.
Take a chance, to do something uncertain with hope or courage. Example, he took a chance and changed careers at 35.
These expressions aren't just helpful for improving your English, they're useful for building your mindset too.
And don't forget to download the free PDF that goes with this episode. It includes every phrasal verb, expression, meaning, and example so you can review and practice.
If this episode helped you, share it with someone who needs it.
And remember, you don't need permission. You don't need to be ready. You just need to show up for yourself.
See you next time.
Keep going. We're right here with you.
Thanks for watching Dive English Zone. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, drop a comment below, and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of our upcoming lessons. See you in the next one.